So what I've learned here at KCSARC for the last 5 years, so I've been reading this book called by Dr. Brene Brown. It's called Daring Greatly. And so when I started reflecting on my 5-year experience here at KCSARC, I thought about that book, and I thought about the phrase, so that statement, daring greatly. And I started thinking about our clients and how once they engage with KCSARC, they start to dare greatly. You know, when they first make that first intake call, or they go make a police report, or they decide to tell their story, to say someone sexually abused me, someone sexually assaulted me. It takes a lot of courage. They have to be really vulnerable to go there and to have that experience. And so what I've learned in the last 5 years is that for me to help them, I have to be vulnerable too. I have to dare greatly with them, and I have to be vulnerable and be humble and be courageous and be strong like they are in the room with them. And I think that's the greatest gift that I take from this experience, and I've learned it well, and clients have taught me that. It's that you have to dare greatly to do great things. And what's beautiful is the healing transformation that happens when you watch a client transform from hopelessness, helplessness, from guilt and shame, and you see that transformation happen to hope, empowerment, courage, strength, resilience. You see them find themselves and start loving themselves, find that self-value, that self-worth. What an honor and what a privilege to sit with that and to be part of that experience. But the transformation that happens to the provider, to me as the clinician, the transformation was amazing, because it increased my hope in life, my hope in humanity, my hope that terrible things happen every day, and people experience terrible things, but that there's always hope, that there's always light, and that the darkness that comes with those terrible things will not prevail. The light's always there, and that I get to be an agent of that hope. I get to be a part of that if I choose to. And it takes a lot of humility, and I have to be vulnerable in the room to do that. I had a client once tell me that all her life she walked with a shadow of shame, and that she would look in the mirror and all she would see was shame. And she says that when she finally came to KCSARC and started doing her work, that little by little, that shame, that shadow of shame, she called it, started to disappear. And to the last session, she was able to look in the mirror in my office, and she says, I don't see shame anymore. She says, I see me. I see a strong, powerful woman. And then she was able to say, I see a survivor. That was a beautiful experience to have. But I think that I learned to be vulnerable with her. I think that was part of it. Is we get to experience that as staff, as KCSARC employees. We get to experience that if we choose to. And when we do, then we get to experience the big transformation that happens. That healing transformation that we all talk about, that our clients go through. We get to be part of that. And we get to, and we probably, what's beautiful is that we all have our own struggles, our personal struggles, and we probably all have some form of shame in our lives. And that heals as we exercise empathy. The more empathy we exercise, shame seems to go away, not just for the clients in the room, but for ourselves. And so that's been my reflection of what I've learned. I've learned a lot here. This has been an amazing experience. But probably the most important gift I take is that you get to dare greatly when you participate